All right, we're live.
We are live. That light behind me is definitely gonna
Oh yeah.
cause some problems. So let me turn it off.
All right.
All
So
right.
promotion's looking pretty good so far. What do you think? For
Yeah. I mean, uh, given I think we'll do better than the last time we did mental toughness. That's for sure. Which is a
yeah,
good thing, given that we've already run that promotion before. So I mean, we're only 2 days in, and we've done
yeah,
what, $2,600 in gross right now. So
yeah.
if we double it in the next 3 days, that probably puts us maybe around 8K. And I'm trying to get the ads to work right now, so really working on that. See how far I can take it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see how far. This is a good test to see because that's a lot of emails sending to the list. So we'll see if
Well,
each email
how
keeps
are
making
the
sales or not.
are are you guys? Well, day three is the worst, right? We're in the middle day right now, so this is when
Yeah.
things dip off before they again pick up tomorrow or day after. Uh, but in terms of opens and unsubscribes, have you seen anything, or in terms of responses from people?
I mean,
That's
it
always
all
another.
looks pretty standard from what I can tell. Like I don't see any major
Okay.
spikes in or drop offs. So
Okay.
let me see what I'm looking at right now. I mean, maybe the open rate's slightly smaller. Well, it's hard to say because that's the yesterday's emails usually take another day for them to hit their max open rate. So,
Which email has done the best so far in terms of
well,
open or clicks?
the most clicks is the second email.
5 hacks.
So,
No.
um, what is the second email? It's the Leave USA if you can't find a programming job.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That's a compelling story.
Yeah. So I will see.
Does it have like a good open rate as well compared to others?
Uh, yeah, it's a little slightly higher open rate. It's 19.43% right now. So
And the other ones, like the 5 hacks for programmers?
it's too early to tell. Those are at like 15. The other emails from yesterday are at 15% right now. So
It'll take another day to 2 days
yeah,
to stabilize. Yeah.
the first email ended up 17.67%. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Interesting.
we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, this is really this upsells are not working as well as I was telling you, right? I've been trying to modify them and change them, but it's not as good as it used to be. So all the game, but the bumps are doing pretty well. Like the bumps have an uptake of like around 33%,
Well,
which is
that's
pretty
good.
darn
Yeah,
good. Yeah. So bumps, I always believe, are like the easiest money in an offer, like way
yeah,
easier than upsell because it's in almost in the same price range. It's almost like a instinct buy, impulse purchase, not much to think about. It's funny, like the thing which actually has the minimum copy is the one that has such high conversion
yeah,
compared to everything else where you write so much copy and it does low conversion. The thing
exactly.
which
Yeah,
has only, you put 3 lines there at best, that's all the space you have, and
yeah,
that thing converts like gangbusters all the time. Um,
yeah. It's weird how
how
that
are your
works.
any word on your coaching applications now? Anything new?
I'm at 5 right now, so I need to send it out to the bigger. I need to do a YouTube video and then send to the simple programmer list eventually and
Simple
see.
programmer.
Yeah.
not Bulldog?
I already sent it to the Bulldog list. So,
Okay.
and I also sent it to previous coaching clients. Yeah, if I don't get much more of a response, I'm probably just gonna I don't know, I'll have to see.
Not do it.
Maybe, yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
if
Yeah.
just because you have 5 applications, do you think all five of them will pay up?
Yeah, yep. Yep.
They will.
Yeah.
So you just send one email to your to your members, and one email to your list. Is that what it is?
That's yeah, and the Facebook posting on the membership, so
I mean, that's a pretty light
we'll see.
promotion for getting people to pay you $5,000 a month. You probably sent 30 emails to get your membership to $5,000 a month, or maybe 40
Yeah.
or 50.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
While this is just one email, more or less, right? Because one went to
Yeah.
members and one went to non-members. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you get 5K from one email, I
Well, two of the applicants are people who are already coaching clients, so that's what I'm looking at as well. So um, it's not really as profitable. So I we'll see. I'm still next week. I'll send out the bigger. I'll do the YouTube channel one, and then do the
yeah,
simple programmer list, and
yeah.
we'll see where it goes. But
I think YouTube should get some uptake as well. Well, the question then is also, I mean, how many emails did you send to get to the first 100 members?
well, that was different because that was a launch, whereas this is just a beta. So
Yeah, but just to like put apples to apples, like, is this actually a bad thing? Like, it's what I'm trying to understand is, uh, are you comparing, like, because the effort required in all of them is somewhat to be considered when you're doing all of this work, right? Like, effort
yeah,
required to market something is a big part of the equation. In this case, the
yeah,
effort required to market it has been almost nothing,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So well, the whole point of this is not to like this is just a beta, just to try this out, just to make sure that this. So the whole point is not to launch an actual campaign at this point. So
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying,
yeah,
even if you're just testing the waters,
yeah,
the fact
yeah,
that with one email you get 3K a month in additional revenue uh, tells me that if you send 4 or 5 emails, it would probably lead to 10 or 15 people wanting to participate in it. And if you think about it, you basically escalated 2% of your, maybe 1 to 2% of your existing members to this, to a price point which is 30 times higher than what they're paying.
right.
So yeah, um, I was just I've been thinking a lot about ads now that I'm running ads. So I finally got around to getting the list of the California realtors.
Oh, okay.
Remember that I was telling you about it?
Uh,
Uh, so uploaded it to now Facebook. It
yeah.
was not just California, US-wide realtors. So I have a email list of 2 million realtors.
Okay.
So I've uploaded to Facebook. Now I'm going to create realtor-specific campaigns for
Okay.
productivity and for mental toughness. Just, it's
Interesting. Yeah, just to
just a
try it.
few
Yeah.
little marketing angles, right, for realtors, for productivity, for mental toughness, and
Yeah.
try to sell the book summary packs and take them through the funnel and see what happens.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah, that'll
because
be interesting to see how that works.
the biggest portion of ad spend in any campaign is usually like 70 to 80% of ad spend is on getting the cold audience, basically.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So if I already have the retargeted audience, now I just need to warm them up.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to go find them. I already know exactly who they are. I know I already have basically the data from Facebook that these are the people I want to go after. I'm already giving
Yeah.
Facebook the emails, and now I'm gonna just run that campaign and see what happens.
And you can tailor the
And
messaging to them specifically.
right, I mean, um, I can sell like we're selling mental toughness to programmers, but I just need to sell mental toughness to realtors right now,
Yeah. Yep.
and or productivity to realtors, like one of those funnels. So I need to pick a funnel that I really need to dial down and optimize the heck out of it, like all the way to to get that funnel, like one of these, because my funnel by default there is a lot of different like book summary, book summary, book summary pack. What I was talking to Satya yesterday about this, and as we were discussing, one of the things I realized was that when you're running, when you have organic traffic, uh, your uh, your marketing campaigns have a lot of fat in them.
Hmm.
But when you are paying for traffic, suddenly you figure out every little penny you can squeeze out of it. Like you figure out every little thing, every bump, every upsell, every copy page, every webinar, sales sequence, all the, you obsess over everything because you're paying for that fucking dollar to get that, to get the return on that dollar, return on their ad spend. So I believe, like, partly I'm inclined to believe that content marketing leads to um, marketing, uh, leads to uh,
Wasteful marketing or slop.
yeah, leads to marketing which is not always uh, very impactful,
Right.
right? I think
Yeah.
if you're running paid ads, you are forced to run much more impactful marketing. You're forced to optimize everything to the extreme. Because I mean, if I look at any of my products right now, I wouldn't even. There's no way in hell I would try to run cold traffic to them the way they exist today. I would do a lot of optimization. I would optimize the sales page. I would optimize the back end funnel. I would optimize the upsell funnels. I would do so much more just to get them to work at that level, right?
Right.
Even though I have upsells, I have bumps, I have sales pages, I'm like, I would go to another level of obsession because I know we're paying through the nose for the traffic. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that
so,
makes sense.
so Satya gets like around 10,000 email subscribers a month, 5 to 10,000 email subscribers a month, and often like they don't even do a campaign to those people until like 2 months later, whenever Satya feels like it,
Oh,
right? And they make like 100K from that list whenever they do it.
yeah.
And I'm like, this is, obviously, if you had a good marketing system and campaign dialed down, you could probably double, triple, quadruple the returns on what you're doing.
Right.
If you had a good funnel, good upfront product, and all of those things, that would make it so much more powerful. Because he was obsessing over the fact that he's getting email leads for dollar per lead, and now he needs to start converting them. And that's when we started talking about the idea that because he's buying leads, he's suddenly worried about them, but
Yeah.
all the leads he's getting from organic, he's not even thinking about them. And I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's basically, it's marketing waste that
Yeah.
happens when you have free, when you have like content producing traffic for you, that you don't really think of it as money you spent. And as a result, you end up doing really, like, I know I'm doing really poor marketing of everything we have compared to what we could do if we dialed it up another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 levels. And that would only happen as I put traffic through it and tested it, tested it, tested it, tested it, tested.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like, now that I have the California Realtor or not California, US realtor list. I can also get the dentists across the US. I can
Right.
get
Yeah.
accountants across the US,
Okay.
engineers. Engineers would be
Yeah.
amazing, right? Engineers are right down my alley. I can sell productivity to engineers all day long,
Right.
right? And once I can sell productivity, I'm sure we can sell everything else to them. So it's you know, I, it's pretty interesting. I'm excited to see this experiment and how it turns out.
Yeah. 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 If you can do it, then yeah, then that'll be a great way to purchase leads, right? It's a different way of buying advertising, right? I mean, you're still be doing running ads, but you're buying the prospects first, and you basically have
Yeah,
an unlimited supply of these. So if you can make this work, then yeah, then you
I
can
mean,
scale
if you think about it, if all you did was serve the realtors, you would
right
have a ridiculous business,
for sure. Yeah, yeah,
right? 2 million realtors. If I can get 10% of their market, I have a ridiculous business.
right,
And that's that's ridiculous to think that I'll get 10% of the market. But I'm just saying that someone could build a business just out of that database because it's a very specific audience with a very specific pain point and very specific needs, challenges, frustrations, all of those things. So if you can constantly address them and constantly get in front of those people and talk to them as in, hey, realtors, let me teach you, like, if you're a realtor and if you're struggling with this is what's going on, blah blah blah. Like, there is a process, there is a path here
right.
to making it work.
The trick is you never know until you do this what the actual like potential issue is. I mean, once you actually start doing this, and you'll see if it works or if there's something you didn't consider. But
Yeah, I actually never even thought of it. It was a friend of mine who actually told me about it. One of my
yeah,
friends from War Room, he has a software for follow-up for realtors.
yeah,
So as he was running his campaigns, I was like, dude, where do you get all these leads? Like, how did you do the initial cold targeting? Like, how did you reach out? Like, who were you targeting? He's like, shh, I can't tell you, but I will tell you later. He literally just uploaded the whole damn list to Facebook, and he's been retargeting them for the last. He's built his whole business, multi-million-dollar business, just based on that list.
yeah,
Nothing else. Just he sells software to that list all day long.
yeah. Well, let's see if it works.
Yeah, yep. That's to be figured out now. Uh, but I'm getting more excited right now about paid ads, and I really want to make it, like, I really want to convert that damn thing or figure out a way to convert it. It's going to take a while. I
Yeah,
do believe it will probably take 6 months to make it work, of my concerted 100, like, really concerted effort, while maybe I'll need to hire someone else outside to actually make it work. Maybe a year, who knows?
yeah,
6 months to a year to really get the results, profitable conversions that are worthy of scaling.
yeah. Well,
And
it's
I still
worth
go
it.
back to
Yeah.
the
I said it's worth it if you can get it working.
I'm still I still keep going back to the same idea that with the Shark Tank guys, right? They don't invest in businesses where there is no CPA. If there's no CPA, that business isn't really worth investing in, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Because they can't really scale it. The CPA is the ultimate game here in town.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the one thing that with the content businesses that we don't really have, right? There's no, you can't even say, well, if I create more content, because you don't know, like you can't guarantee the rate um, that you'll get
Yeah,
people.
I,
So
I, I think ultimately, like, we've talked about this so much again and again and again, but ultimately scalability only happens either you buy media or you get access to a ridiculously large database through a network or through a connection or something.
Yeah,
In the
which
sense,
is yeah, it's
uh,
essentially the same thing as buying media. You're just buying it a different way. So
but in that case, it's like in case of buying media, it's much more predictable. As
yeah,
in, you pay money, you pay to play, and you always know you can pay. If it's not Facebook one day, it's always Instagram. If it's not Instagram, there's YouTube. There's not YouTube, there's Google ads, there's Bing ads, there's display networks. And but once you figure out the mechanics of it, once you figure out the mechanics of converting cold audience, everything is the same. Yeah,
yeah,
Facebook has its nuances and YouTube has its nuances and ad, ad networks have their nuances, but the mechanics of converting cold audience profitably is the bigger challenge.
yeah,
That's the mindset challenge. Like if someone figures out YouTube and now you ask them to run a podcast, they'll figure out the podcast game in like 3 months, 6 months. They won't need to be like, oh, I only know YouTube for the last 5 years. I can't do podcasts. That's not going to happen.
yeah.
They can go to another form of content pretty quickly and dominate it.
Man, I'm dying. Can hardly this
I can
training
see
is
like you're
killing me.
like, what is
Like
killing you?
the training for the ultra marathon, it's like I'm having a hard time working during the week too. Like I just can't.
How
I
many
have
miles
no
are you running
energy.
now? 100 miles a week?
About 80 a week. So yeah, it's like crazy.
So it's like 10, 12, 15 miles a day now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm running 30 tomorrow and then 15 on Sunday. So it's my
Did you
last
run this
big one.
morning? Is that why you're tired?
I ran 4 miles this morning, so not that much, but um,
Then why are you tired? You didn't get
I'm
much
just
sleep last night.
no. I got a lot of sleep. I think I need to get like 10 to 11 hours of sleep with this kind of training, and I'm probably only getting 8. So
That's probably right. You do need
yeah,
more time
yeah,
to in the ice bucket or in the bed.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty crazy. So we'll see. This is my last heavy week, and then I've got a 3 week taper before the race. So, but yeah, but it's man, it's hard. Like even just to focus is hard. I'm not even
Yeah, when you're
fasting
physically
anymore.
that exhausted,
Yeah,
uh, I can't imagine being able to do high quality work all the time.
yeah, yeah. So we'll see what happens. But I got to get through these races that I committed to, and then I don't know. I might not hit it as hard from there on out once I finish these after this year because it takes too much of a toll on like it's hard to do anything else. So
Everything else.
yeah. So
Is it happening though? Is California opening up already?
it's sort of like part some things are opening up. It's not really I wouldn't really call it open. Like it's pretty much everything is still
What business is opening?
I mean, they have like curbside pickup for some stores, like in shops and stuff, which is kind of weird. Some like dentists and orthodontists are opening up with
Curbside dentistry.
yeah, yeah, curbside dentistry. But yeah, not
Dentists are
not
opening up.
much.
Dentist is like as close for comfort as it gets. He's
What do
breathing
you
into your mouth and you're breathing into his mouth.
Well, they have all these like protections in place now, I guess. So yeah,
Yeah, as if
but
those things protected people for the last 2 months.
exactly. That's
Anyways,
yeah, yeah. So,
uh,
but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So
um,
I got I think Mike is coming up to speed pretty well. He did an edit for one of my videos and it looked really good. So uh Rodrigo approved it. So Rodrigo's
good,
training
good, good,
him
good.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Oh,
he'll
have you guys released that video yet?
which video? Oh, let me see. Rodrigo said he was
It's,
going to do it today.
I think it
Uh
got lost in translation between me and Mike and Rodrigo and you as to when it gets released and who releases it. I told Mike to release it. He asked Rodrigo. Rodrigo asked you, and it went around in a circle. I think.
yeah, he was supposed to give it to Rodrigo to to release, basically. Rodrigo gave it to me, and then I told Rodrigo, okay, go ahead and release it. So it looks like it went out today. So
It did.
yeah, yeah,
It
it's
already
got
went out.
450 views on it so far.
What the fuck? No sales from it because it's a different code.
Yeah, hopefully it's working correctly.
Did he put the link and the code in there? Because the link should be in the description.
The link's
Let me
there.
check.
The code is not in the description.
The code is developer.
Okay, let me put the code into the description. Hold on. Oh, I gotta switch the count.
400 views in the mental toughness hacks for programmers. That's 22 hours ago. Huh.
Did it go out last night? No, I don't think so. Oh wait, it says 22 hours ago, so I guess it went out. That's weird.
Okay.
Was that? Oh, maybe I had the conversation with them the day before yesterday.
Okay. So nobody used that coupon code, damn it. Or
No one has.
no? Or I need to look. I haven't looked at the coupon code, so I wouldn't know. I should look.
Yeah, go look at the coupon code and see, just in case there's something.
By the way,
So
it's not. Can you put the coupon code in the description?
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now.
And that would that would be horrible if nobody used that damn coupon code.
Well, are there any full price ones from there? So use code developer to get
Yeah.
what off? To get
Uh,
discount? To get
yeah. Your discount code. The first 200 people to use discount code developer get 40% off.
okay. That's in there now. So let me see how many clicks came in because I made a short link for it.
Right. I'm gonna go look at the coupon codes. That's interesting. My ads converted at least. Got a couple of sales from ads. I just started rolling them out heavily today.
Okay. YouTube description. Oh wait, I can't really tell.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Um, it's hard to see the stats
Just
on that.
one person's used it
One person used a
on
coupon
it.
code. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens over the long
If you
haul
put
on
it
that.
there, maybe more people will use it.
Yeah. The view duration is pretty decent. It's 4 minutes and 22 seconds. So,
What's normally for you?
uh, around 3 minutes. So,
Okay. Yeah, very few people will get all the way to the end of something like this. It's a
yeah.
long one. Um, Interesting. Mental hacks for developers. No, mental toughness hacks. Anyways, I can ask
Mental.
my crew on it.
It says mental toughness hacks for programmers.
No, the thumbnail
Oh, the thumbnail's fine. That doesn't matter.
doesn't
The
matter.
title, yeah, the title is what mental toughness hacks for programmers.
Hmm.
It's better to sometimes have a thumbnail that doesn't match the exact, because then you're gonna get people by either thing that appeals to them.
Okay, which is true. I agree. In this case,
Yeah.
maybe something like mental hacks might be something, but yeah, I guess
Yeah.
whatever. Otherwise, it would work. Let's see what this video does. How long? How many
Yeah.
code? What? Your like ratio on some of these videos is really bad. For 2,000 views, only 20 likes.
Yeah.
How to build and release an indie game. Why is that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a multi-author, multi-contributor thing. Maybe that's part of his challenge.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what
Um,
happens with this.
what?
It's weird though. Like YouTube selling hasn't been working quite as well.
YouTube selling for you as
Yeah.
well?
Because remember, we did that other one. I mean, it wasn't the best. It was pretty long in that
Nothing, nothing
we did it,
happens.
but we got nothing
That
from
was a
it. So
total waste. I don't know. Maybe, man, that one was horrible.
yeah,
In the past, we've done much better.
yeah,
Uh,
we have. So
uh, maybe this was too long. Because in the past when you did it, you actually sold. I I am partly to blame for it because the video was so choppy that a lot of people probably just exited it. Very few people care to even stick to the end to get the offer. Right. The
yeah,
video probably had like 1% people sticking all the way to the end because it was so painfully choppy. So it's definitely my fault. Um, let's see what Facebook ads are saying in terms of campaigns. I mean, it's doing okay. What are we like, $3,000 in right now? For day two, we're now into. We've just started day three, right?
yeah. This is day 3.
We just started day three, so that's. Yeah, we're already at $2,700 in 48 hours.
Yeah.
So, what's your projection?
Let's see. We're going through Sunday, so uh,
Yeah, we've done 2 days. We have 3 more days, basically, if you think about it.
yeah. I would guess that we're gonna be at like 7,500.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be. Yeah, yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
I think today we'll probably get to 3,500 or so, and the last 2 days should pull through.
Yeah.
And with the Facebook ads, hopefully, we'll get some lift. I'm excited to see what we can do with Facebook ads right now. But yeah, I know you're still not sold on advertising.
Well, I definitely want to try it out, but I gotta get yeah, I need to get some retargeting going. I think that's the place to start. So
That's the easiest money.
yeah.
I Okay, so I was telling you about this guy, right, Rudy Moore.
Ah.
Um, he basically built, he sold $20, $30 to $40 front end products, bikini body challenges and bikini body products, how to build 90-day bikini body or something like that. And
Right.
then there would be a bump and there'd be upsells, which were in the same like 40, 50, 60, $70 price points, two or three upsells. So, in the end of it all, he was basically running campaigns that were average cart value might have average order value was around maybe $60 to $70 for them. Very similar to the same guy to do what we're talking about, Ryan Masters,
Right.
right? Very low cart value offer being done with a very highly optimized ad campaign and funnel pieces. More so in like in his case, it feels even more very very clinical. Like he like the way he talks about it. He's like, it's not that you don't have a funnel that doesn't convert. It's just that you haven't really designed a funnel that will convert,
Hmm.
right? And it's kind of a huge part of understanding, like looking at funnel building and funnel optimization. I mean, that's something we do in our organic world. But in organic world, the tendency is let's build a product and let's just sell it. While in ad world, it is like let's keep on building the funnel till it makes us the money that we need to make.
Yeah.
So it's a different mindset. Uh, like I will make ads work compared to I have an email list and I just want to use that, or I just want to grow the email list. So I'm more
Yeah.
and more convinced that uh, ads are the only real selling solution. Everything else is just going to be the longest drawn out battle. Okay, so here's my other side of the equation. In the long term, ads are the accelerant, right? Or let's put it this way: um, if you take a set of 100 people, right, 100 ordinary people, how many of them can create content?
I don't know. It's not a very large amount, actually.
How many of them can put up start an Instagram feed and do
How,
something on Instagram?
how many people can successfully create content? That's the question. Like, of
True, it's true.
right.
How many hot girls can show up on Instagram and have more followers than all the hustle we put together in like a year trying to grow Instagram, if you think about that. Or YouTube. How many people just have YouTube channels or
Right.
vlogs or whatever that people put out? The thing is, content is very, there is too many people creating content all the freaking time. So there's a lot of noise, and because it's free to create, everyone does it.
Right.
But when you come to play the ads game, very few people actually play the ads game because they don't have the wherewithal to handle the math, the analytics, the conversions and the percentages, and the fact that they have to put money on the line and get the money back every time. So advertising is much more of a premium play, and also a play of people who have more analytical horsepower compared to people who just are happy putting out content about whatever they know best. So that way, advertising is actually better suited for us compared to even content, because we can. do analytics and math way better than most people out there.
Yeah.
Um, well, the content game, yes and no. I don't know if that is actually the case. There's a lot of people who can talk about this and that, and there's tons of writers and journalists who are creating content, and hot girls creating content, and idiot YouTubers who create content that gets them millions of views, and all of that shit is happening, right? Ad game is never a fluke, never a fluke. Ad game is a very calculated, steady game of like basically hunting it down and slaying it and
I see what you're saying.
um,
Yeah.
really, really, really trying to make it work. While content game is basically anyone with a phone and with a message, as Brendan Bouchard would like to say, can teach. And that's what
Right.
most people can do today. So if 100 people are playing in the content game, I'd say one person will play the ad game amongst the 100.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess the way to look at it is that you're taking the luck out of it, right? So
Was that?
you're taking the luck out of it. There's a lot of luck in the content game, right? But in ads, there's not really much luck at all. It's mostly
Zero
skill.
luck. Zero luck. As Frank Kern often says, if if you if you have a if you're first time running ads to any funnel or anything that you've created and you actually start making money,
Yeah.
uh, that's not that's not because you have a genius business. It's because you, it's called you just got randomly lucky, but it won't last too long.
Right.
You
Exactly. Yeah.
really have to grind it out to scale the damn thing and to make it work. So
Yeah.
that game requires a level of analytics and depth and like basically becoming you have to hound it to make it work to the level that content game is like people will just randomly throw content and they will get more views and more subscribers than you because some random video hits and now they have popular shit and they actually end up making more shit ton of money as a result of it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
The ad game is for the serious players who really uh, want to like ultimately the ad game is for those who like if you really 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 truly want to go scale you got to play in ads.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you have to have a predictable way of getting customers that you can
Yeah,
control. If you don't have
I
that,
think
then you're not going to
content
be able to scale.
is a good starting point for some people to kind of figure out what they want to sell and maybe get their toes wet and figure some systems out. But at some point, if you never play the ad game, you're actually hurting your business big time because someone else is taking your customers away from you and you'll never see them again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the scalability factor just doesn't exist on content. You can't tell me that if you went from creating 2 videos a week to 7 videos a week, suddenly you will have 3.5x more growth, subscribers, money, all of that stuff.
Well, actually, that used to be the case, right? So this is sort of the problem we've hit, right? About 5 years ago, that was true, right?
Yeah,
You could do that on web pages, on blogs. If you did that with
right,
podcasts, you'd have more. Like you could just
right,
grow your audience by producing more. But
right.
that changed now, right? Especially like if you look on YouTube, most of the traffic used to come from search.
Search. Yeah.
Now it comes from suggested, and right, it's more of the surfacing of content. So
Yep.
like the back catalog of videos doesn't really avail you much anymore. Just a few of those do okay, but for the most part, having the back catalog doesn't really matter. And even the same thing with blogs, right? Used to be able to write blogs, and the more blogs you wrote, the more that you would get viewers on it. But now it's more which ones are SEO optimized and those specific.
That's exactly what I started this conversation with. That there's
Yeah.
way too many people who are creating content, and
Yeah.
that there's so much pollution that or so much noise that there's no predictable way to scale a content business right now,
Right. Yeah.
right? It's just the slowest freaking grind that can take your life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's harder to scale it for sure. I
But
mean,
but with ads, if you can just break even, you are the king of the world,
yeah.
right? Eh, Let's put it this way: if if with ads you could spend 200K in a month and make 200K back and have all of those email subscribers, that would be worth all the hard work you put into the content game in the last maybe year, two, three, four, five, who knows how long, because that's how much now you have a pretty big resource available to you.
I mean, there's some difference in the fact that like your actual reach versus your subscribers or email list is different when you're in the content marketing, right?
Sure.
For example, you might have 200,000 YouTube subscribers, but maybe a million people know who you are, or 2 million people know who you are, right?
Yeah.
And would recognize you. So that those people are going to be easier to advertise to or to, to buy your stuff. So there is like some of that, and then also your customers are going to be, people that have been following you for 5 years consuming your free content are going to be a lot more loyal. Oh, speaking of which. All right, well, I don't know what happened. Guessing internet connection problem. Oh, I'm tired. All right, well, give it like a minute or two and then. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna call it. See you guys next time.